721. Let's talk to MODOT, not about the roads, but about a public forum they're getting together to talk about the Poplar Street Bridge. Deanna Venker joins us via her South St. Louis home via Skype. Deanna, we must say the plaster work in your ceiling is fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. You're a MODOT area engineer, and you're in charge of this forum on the Poplar Street Bridge?
Correct. Yeah, last Thursday we had an open house meeting with IDOT on the Poplar Street Bridge over in Illinois.
And first of all, the most important thing is it the Dickman Bridge, the Sleigh Bridge, or the Poplar Street Bridge? What are we calling it these days?
Your choice. It doesn't seem to matter what we name it. There's always a new name for it.
All right. But the Clay, it's called the Clay Bridge now, right?
Correct, it is.
Is it still called the Dickman Bridge?
Yes, technically, yes, it would still be called the Dickman Bridge, and then everybody's all-time favorite is just the Poplar Street Bridge.
The Poplar Street Bridge. What are you trying to find out?
So what we did this last meeting was purely an informational meeting that we had to let the residents know on both sides of the river what the construction impacts are going to be with this project. I mean, we've already been out to the public before to go through the different alternatives that we had and to gather comment from that aspect. But this meeting was really to let them know, hey, we figured it out. We've designed our job, and this is the construction staging that we have laid out for you, and let us know what you think. But we also had the opportunity to have IDOT there in the room with us to go over their part of the project on the Martin Luther King Bridge.
So it kind of has three parts, right?
I'm sorry, say that again?
The construction kind of has three parts, right?
The construction, we're going to...
The project?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Sure, the project itself, we're breaking it into the eastbound side and the westbound side. And then the Martin Luther King piece will be a piece in the middle, so making three projects.
So it'll be open throughout all of the construction, correct? Or no?
The bridge itself will be open throughout construction. The different ramps that we're going to be constructing during different times, those will be closed during different parts, except for the northbound 55 ramp to the Poplar Street Bridge. It's the only one we really don't have any good detours for. But as we go through and do this project, there will be some highway shutdowns on the Poplar Street Bridge, as we, like the weekend that we do the slide, or the weekend that we had to demolish some of the ramps.
When it's all said and done, everything will be put back the same way. So if we get there now through the Poplar Street Bridge, we can get there at the end, right?
Except for if you're going I-70 eastbound to the Poplar Street Bridge. That one ramp will not be
Kelly Jackson.
She's frozen in
time. Kelly Jackson broke the Skype.
I love how you blame me.
Well, it was going fine until you wanted to ask a question. Oh, now we lost her completely. Let's see if we can get her back. So what she was saying was that everything's going to be the same, except you can't go from Highway 70 to the Poplar Street Bridge.
You know,
which is through that Memorial Drive. It's
all
that
of that
weird
area
deal.
Is a bit confusing to me anyway, because there are just so many. Oh, okay. She is frozen, isn't she?
Yeah, we're trying to get her back.
Yeah.
It's the only time. It's the only place in America where or one of the few places in America where three interstates sort of all come together. So
right.
It's really very, very confusing to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
And then here we got her back. Deanna, are you there?
I'm here.
All
it's McGraw's fault.
That's my fault. Sorry about that. So the only, say that again. The only thing that is not going to be there at the end is what?
It'll be the 70 eastbound ramp to the Poplar Street Bridge over into Illinois. So that movement will be relocated over off the new Mississippi River Bridge. That will open in February, or you can access it off of the Martin Luther King Bridge that we're putting a new interchange on the Illinois side to Route 3 via the Martin Luther King Bridge. So that movement that used to exist there down at the Poplar, we are relocating up higher, and that allows us to put dual lane ramps on the Poplar Street Bridge in all the directions.
When are you starting, and when should you be finished?
Well, we start this coming spring. So the project is going to let in March. So right around June time frame, we'll be going to construction hot and heavy. And construction is really not scheduled to end until about late fall of 2017.
Wow. So this is just an informational meeting. Can people also give their input of what they think about it and suggestions?
You certainly can. We do have a virtual website on MODOT's website. If you go to our St. Louis page under major projects, you can find all the information there that we displayed during the public meeting. And you can certainly leave comments there as well. Down at the very bottom, you can click and leave your comments. So again, it is an informational meeting. The job has already been constructed and designed, and we already had our public meetings to go over any other information about the project. But this is really to go over the construction staging and to let everybody know the closures that are going to happen and how the construction was going to be laid out.
Was there one major concern that the public voiced to you guys?
During the preliminary phases, like when we were under design of this project, the big question was, how are we going to get to Route 3 from the St. Louis side if you take away that ramp? And we answered that question with Illinois and East West Gateway's help through a separate study that East West Gateway funded to relocate that movement onto the Martin Luther King Bridge with a new interchange at Route 3. In addition to, we'll have that movement over on the new Mississippi River Bridge.
I just wanted on the record that I did not ask that question because that's the exit you take to the strip clubs, okay? I didn't ask that question.
I don't know how he would know that.
About that.
I have heard that's the way to the strip clubs. I just want on the record I did not ask that question.
How is it working? MODOT and IDOT, are you guys working well together?
Yeah, as always, we always work well together pretty much on a daily basis. We work together on maintenance, on our weather plans, on our bridge plans. Contrary to popular belief, we do work very well together. It's sometimes, the politics get involved and tie our hands a bit. So
this isn't going to start until the new Stan Musial Bridge is finished, right? Or is it sort of happening?
No, correct. That's exactly it. So the whole premise of this job was to wait until we had the new Mississippi River Bridge completed so that we can move a lot of traffic over there if needed and then be able to build this bridge.
Deanna Venker with us, the MODOT area engineer. Can I ask you about the Page Avenue extension?
You probably might get any good answers.
All right. Well, that hasn't stopped you before all morning long. Why should it start now? Deanna Venker, MODOT area engineer with St. Louis City in her South St. Louis City home. I got to tell you, your millwork is fantastic. So my compliments to your carpenter.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
You got it. Deanna Venker, have a good day. Thanks for checking in.
Bye.
All right, there you go. 729 here, Big 550 KTRS. Deanna Venker with us, MODOT area engineer, shutting down the Poplar Street Bridge or going through massive construction there. People's heads explode. So a lot of that you'll want to you want to use the new Stan Musial Bridge. You want to use the MLK Bridge, all those other bridges up there.
Right.
As opposed to the Poplar Street Bridge.
There's just so many. Like you were saying, is it the only place in America?
I think there's one other place in like Minnesota where there's 3, but you've got 44, you have 55, and you have 70 all coming together.
And I'm always like kind of panicky when I get on there because I'm like, which way do I go?
Yeah,
am I going to end up in the right place?
Yeah.
Or am I going to end up exiting on Route 3?
And for those of you who want to know how to get to Route 3, well, there you go. You use the MLK Bridge. 7:30 here, Big 550 KTRS.